there's no way that I would not have wanted to experience that. Like if having to go through this breakup gets me there, fine.
Willie D Live.
I am so happy in my life. I am so grateful that, of all the relationships that I've been able to, attain since all this happened. Like, even to have the experiences as a solo artist, or just to have to believe in myself and push hard the way I don't think I would be as strong as I am had I not gone through that experience. I don't think that I would be the woman of God that I am, the prayer warrior that I am. I wouldn't have learned the importance of prayer. I wouldn't have learned the importance of faithing it and trusting in God and having to lean. I mean, we had something incredible. And I don't know, I'm not saying that took me away from my faith, but when you're consumed in something, that's your world. Me learning and coming out of that and learning that thing that was something bigger than that thing, that massive, wonderful experience. I think that's what has molded me into the Letoya Luckett Coles you know today. Like, I don't think I would have the same personality. I don't even want to know. I just feel like I'm so grateful. I mean, obviously they have all gone on to do amazing things. But so have I. And I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And I've never been a by myself type of person. But there are a lot of things that I went on to accomplish by myself that probably that little girl from Harlem Clark would have never thought she could do in a million years on her own.
Yeah.
I think that things happen the way they're supposed to. And I can say that through that journey, I always mess this up, but there's a story in the Bible about God being on a boat, Jesus being on a boat with some of the disciples, and the waves were crashing, and they started to become afraid, and Jesus was sleeping. As the storm was stirring, Jesus was getting rest. And I feel like when I eventually came to him and said, hey, things is rocking and shaky out here, the peace that I got throughout that journey, I know I could have, I know that had I not had my faith in God or felt that covering, I probably would have been a little bit more jaded from everything that was going on around me. But he allowed me to feel a peace and to gain a strength that I don't, there's no way that I would not have wanted to experience that. Like if having to go through this breakup gets me there, fine.
Right. No, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Outside of your career, what mistake have you made in your personal life that you're glad you made?
That's a great question, Willie. Wait a minute. What mistake am I glad that I made in my personal life?
In your personal life.
Whew. I mean, I can't say it. I mean, yeah, a relationship didn't work out, but I got 2 amazing children. I can't call it a mistake.
Interview over. That's it. That's over.
You know?
Say.
Like I can't call it a mistake. Like how do you call that a mistake?
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Why is it that more people don't get that? Like I see a lot of people complaining about breakups, and some people hold on to it for decades. That break up for decades.
Boy, do I know.
And when they have children, to me, it's especially sad when you have children because they act like there was no good times.
Oh,
you
no,
know,
it had to be.
Like I don't like I'm the type of person that take my bitter with my sweet. And so whatever that is, I can take my bitter with my sweet. And so it's the same thing in relationships. There's good times, there's some bad times, but what we invariably do as humans, we focus on, we get locked in on the bad times, the things that went wrong, the things that went awry, the things that didn't work out like we wanted them to work out. And we just forget about the good times. Especially if you got a couple of kids, you know what I'm saying? There had to be some good times.
Had to be.
You know what I'm saying? There had to be some good times. So I just don't get it when people do that. It's like, I got two. Look, I'm divorced, but man, I got two amazing kids out of the deal. That's how I won.
I won. Big.
I got two amazing kids out of the deal.
Yes.
And their mother was part of that, the big part of that,
Massive.
right? She delivered them, you know what I'm saying? So I could never hate her to the extent that I see some of these people hating their children's other half.
I don't get it.
I could never do that because her blood runs through my children's veins. And if something happened to her, they would be devastated. Now, how in the hell can I say I love my kids and hate that from which they came?
You need to do a seminar on that from a male's perspective, because
perhaps we need to do a seminar.
We do, because I can't.
Yeah.
And you might not even like co-parenting with this person. You might not be in a space where you've totally healed from that thing yet. But I don't think that I would be where I am in life if I stayed in bitterness, if I stayed in this unhappy, where did it go wrong? Like, what?